Hello, everybody. I'm Doug. Welcome to the Auditory Vinyl. This is another one of my videos where I do new spins on old vinyl, just some records that I haven't played in a really long time. So I give them a listen and then kind of tell you what I thought. So, first of all, Climax featuring Sonny Geraci. Not to be confused with Climax Blues Band. That's a whole different band. Also, I think there's an Australian metal band called Climax. That's not these guys. And then there's also a pop band from the, I think, 80s that spelled it with a K. But these are the ones that did that song, Precious and Few, that you've all heard a million times. This is their 1972 album with Precious and Few's on here. It's the only studio album they did. It's got a few of the members, including Sonny Geraci, that used to be in The Outsiders, which had that song Time Won't Let Me. Pretty big hit for them. Yeah, Precious and Few, really big. Went to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. This is on Rocky Road Records, which is part of Bell Records, which is part of Columbia. But it also on here has Colin United Records, so I don't know I don't know what all the connections are there. But also the song Life and Breath did pretty good. It went to 15 on the easy listening charts. And I don't know why, but in Hawaii, like, this whole album just did really good. A couple of other singles like Rainbow Rides Are Free, Picnic in the Rain, Face the Music. They only did well in Hawaii. They didn't do well anywhere else. And you kind of notice on Precious and Few, the singer sounds a little bit like B.J. Thomas, which continues on some of the other softer tunes. But some of the more heavier ones, like especially a song called Merlin, it's, I don't know, pretty powerful. They get right after it. They also have a bunch of extras on here, a horn section. So songs like Merlin and a few of the other ones kind of have a Blood, Sweat, and Tears, or even an early Chicago sound to them. So, yeah, a lot different than the Precious and Few tune. But it's pretty good. Climax. R.B. Graves. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his last name there, but we'll go with Greaves. Kind of interesting. He was born on a U.S. Air Force base, was raised on a Seminole Indian reservation, and then ended up living in Europe after that. But on here, he had the big hit, Take a Letter Maria, which was pretty popular. It made the top 5. This is from 1969 on the Atco label. He's actually the he's the nephew of Sam Cooke. And he does Cupid, one of Sam Cooke's big tunes. He slows it down a little, but it's still pretty good. He also does Burt Bacharach's Always Something There to Remind Me, which has been covered by lots of people, but it's a pretty good tune. But the whole album's pretty good. Typical R&B sound from the late 60s, early 70s. A lot of the other songs he wrote. He does another Sam Cooke tune, Ain't That Good News. But yeah, pretty good. R.B. Greaves. And then PM. from 1988. This is their debut. They had a hit single up here. It was called Piece of Paradise, which Sheryl Crow does backup vocals on it. She does backup vocals on a few of the other songs on here also. Got the lyrics and a couple other pictures. It's on the Warner Brother label. These guys, I think they only made a couple other albums, maybe 2 or 3. But they ended up, all 3 of them joined Jimmy Buffett and was part of his Coral Reefer band. And again, all 3 of them really talented dudes. Peter Mayer, Jim Mayer, and Roger Guth. Jim Mayer went on to do a bunch of children's stuff, and he's gotten awards for his children's songs. Peter Mayer played with Steely Dan, Joe Walsh, Paul McCartney. And then Roger Guth made some solo jazz albums, which is kind of weird because, I mean, this is kind of that typical 80s electronic, a lot of keyboards, a lot of vocals. But Roger, he ended up, after being with the Coral Reefer band for a while, went and made some solo jazz stuff. And then he also played on a couple country western, Toby Keith and Martina McBride. So definitely multi-talented, all 3 of them. As for this album, to me every song kind of sounds the same. Gets a little boring actually. And the hit Piece of Paradise, I barely remember that. I went and watched the video, and it's got, a classic old car, a hot chick, and guys walking down the railroad tracks like every other 80s video on MTV. But, it worked. At least it worked for that one song. That was a pretty big hit for him. And then Jimmy Buffett liked what he saw because they played with him for like almost 20 years. So, pretty cool stuff. And then the CD this week, Jo Dee Messina. This is our 2005 album, Delicious Surprise, on Curb Records. It's considered country, but really it's crossover. The big hit was My Give a Damn's Busted, which is a good tune, but again, like I said, it's not just country, it's crossover. The album went #1 on the country charts and #7 on the Billboard top 200 charts. My Give a Damn's Busted went to #1. The song Not Going Down, and what's the other one? It's Too Late to Worry were top 25 tunes. Tim McGraw helps produce a few of the songs on here. Jo Dee Messina also helped produce and co-write some songs. I like it. It's almost every song is upbeat. Nothing really mellow or depressing like we all know some country songs can be. But this is pretty good. Jo Dee Messina from 2005. Good stuff. That's it for this week. The ones I pulled out. I would say of the 4, Climax would probably be my favorite. Maybe then followed by Jo Dee Messina. In the back, all of Fleetwood Mac, because today Christine McVie would be 82, I think I saw. So kind of bummed that she's not still with us. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and enjoy the music.